Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In case you are familiar with the Diatone F4LR micro 4-inch long-range quadcopter, which I have recently reviewed, you probably know that there have been a lot of complaints about its GPS performance, and today in this quick video I'm going to show you what I've done in order to make it work better. First, I connected the ground pad of the isolation sheet that was included with the F4LR to the ground pad of the flight controller, which in my opinion wasn't very helpful. As suggested by Diatone, I moved the GPS from UART 5 to UART 4, which didn't seem to help. I also powered the GPS using 3.3 volts instead of 5 volts, which I'm not sure if it improved the performance of the GPS, but regardless it is recommended for this type of GPS units in order to extend their lifespan. And finally, the last step, which is the successful one, was shielding the wires of the GPS unit using a heat shrink. This step is crucial because unlike the air unit, which is encapsulated inside this metal compartment, the Vista unit is partially opened and it causes interference with the GPS unit. That's the reason that on recent drones that I've tested, the wires of the GPS were pre-shielded, and Flywoo even took it one step further and pre-shielded the wires with a material made out of copper. Since this solution seemed to help, on the next versions, Diatone are going to pre-shield the GPS wires with the copper material, and in case you already purchased the Diatone F4LR, they are going to ship it to you free of charge, so make sure to contact them via email and include your order number. While shielding the GPS wires is going to decrease the interference which is caused by the Caddx Vista, I suggested to Diatone to extend the 3D printed TPU part that holds the GPS unit, so it's going to be farther away from the Caddx Vista and also from the carbon fiber parts. In addition, I think that it's inevitable to use a better GPS unit. On this one, the cold start, which is the initial start, takes about 10 minutes, and the hot start after obtaining the initial GPS lock takes a minute. This is something that I can live with. However, the main issue is that after a couple of hours, the GPS will lose the last coordinates, which means that every couple of hours you will need to do a cold start. So if you are going to fly today and then fly again tomorrow, you will need to wait between 10 to 12 minutes to get the initial GPS lock, depending on the environment. In my experience, the best GPS unit is the Matic M8Q, however, due to its price, most of the companies are not using it. What I recommend to do during the initial GPS lock, which should take between 10 to 12 minutes in order to prevent the Caddx Vista from overheating, is to connect the flight controller to a computer or a power bank. Then the GPS unit is going to be powered up as well, and you can just leave it in an open area and wait for the initial GPS lock. It is also recommended to set the baud rate of the UART port which is connected to the GPS unit to 115/200 instead of 9600, which is the default option, as it is going to improve the data flow, unlike in the video footage which I'm going to show you, where sometimes even though the satellite's count is high, you can see that the data seems to be stuck. Now I'm going to show you some flight footage, and by the way, one major upgrade besides fixing the GPS issue was to replace the Caddx Nebula Micro V2 camera with the Nebula Pro, as the image quality was dramatically increased, and overall I can tell you, after replacing the camera and fixing the GPS issue, the Diatone F4LR is one of the best micro 4-inch quadcopters that you can currently get. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this video and that this video was informative enough. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you in my next videos, and goodbye.